I was talking to a man named Derek Wells, who is the new owner of Crimson's parent company. While I was briefly in charge of the paper, he's blaming me for its drop in circulation.
You were on medical leave.
He doesn't care about that. He says if I can't turn the numbers around, he's going to shut down the paper and my magazine.
Well, if anybody can turn this rag around, you can, trust me.
I appreciate that vote of confidence, Sonny, but he wants a game-changing story by the end of next week.
You're gonna find one.
Well, fortunately, I do have a lead. Apparently, there's trouble brewing at ELQ. Did Michael tell you anything about that?
I don't talk to Michael about, his life with AJ. But you can ask Michael yourself.
I might just do that. And maybe I can turn things around if it's a dramatic enough story.
Well, if your paper needs drama, there's no better than the Quartermain, so I'm sure you're gonna get a hell of a story.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna head over to ELQ.
Oh, you don't you have reporters for that?
Sonny, from one conversation, this man is not messing around. You should have heard what he was saying. He's gonna shut down the paper and Crimson.
Yeah, but you got financial people, you got other reporters.
I know, and I trust them to find something on intuition and information, but I think what they want is something sexy and eye-catching, and that's my area of expertise.
Okay, if you're sure.
I'm sure. And honestly, I feel like this is my responsibility. I mean, the paper fell apart when I went to therapy, and it hasn't found its footing. There are so many people whose lives and jobs are at stake, including mine. So I just really feel like it's up to me to go and get that story myself.
Here, listen to me, all right? You gotta be careful, because I don't want you anywhere near AJ Quartermain.
Please, give me a break, AJ Quartermain. It's not a threat to me.
Well, he might be after I write about him.
I just want you to watch your back.
Crimson's my baby, Sonny. Mine. And if I have to save it by saving the Port Charles Press, then that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it really proud of me.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm already really proud of you.
Thank you. ELQ was a bust. No, there's nothing juicy going on there.
You're not gonna lose this girl to your brother. They're cousins.
No, they're not.
What are you talking about? Michael's a Quartermain, Kiki's a Quartermain.
No, Kiki's not a Quartermain.
Kiki isn't a Quartermain?
Don't you get it, Dad?
No, I don't get it.
Okay, well, Kiki and Michael, they're not related.
Morgan, you're not making any sense. Michael's biological father is AJ. Kiki's is Franco. Franco and AJ, they're half brothers, so I don't understand what you're saying then.
yes. But there's just one big problem with that whole thing. Franco's not Kiki's father.
What are you talking about, Morgan?
It's true.
Who told you that? Kiki?
No, she doesn't even know. And it needs to stay that way.
Are you feeling okay? Is it the baby?
I'm fine. I'm just upset that you guys missed the first birthing class.
Oh, don't worry. We are going to be at all the rest of them, not to mention front and center when she makes her debut. Not front and center. More like to the side. Up by your head. As long as we get to be there to witness this little miracle. Because that's what you are. You are our miracle. And Spinelli can't take that from us. She agrees with me. Are you sure you're okay? You've barely touched your ice cream.
Hi, can I help you? Sir? Miss Falconeri is not in.
That's fine. I just need her desk.
Why would... Who are you?
Derek Wells, I'm your boss.
No, Connie is my boss.
Well, I'm hers, which makes me yours. Hold my calls, and no interruptions.
What the hell is going on?
Morgan, why are you making me pull this out of you? If Kiki didn't tell you that Franco's not her father, who did?
A reliable source.
Yeah. Do not tell me it was Franco. Was it that freak who's pulling stunts on everybody? Because that's the opposite of reliable.
No, Dad, Franco doesn't even know. Okay? I found out from Ava, Kiki's mom.
Yeah, what is it?
Some jerk just walked in, claims he's your boss. He's in your office.
Derek Wells,
That's him. What do you want me to do?
don't do anything. I'm on my way.
Let me get this straight. Kiki's mother knows that Franco is not Kiki's dad, but Kiki doesn't. And Franco is in the dark, too. You would think that Ava would be happy that psycho is not the dad.
Okay, well, she's not, okay? And Ava doesn't want Kiki to know, and I don't want her to know either.
Why?
Because.
Because why? Because why?
Because, Dad! If she finds out before we get married, then she's gonna take Michael over me before I can even finish a sentence. That's why.
Maxie, is he still in my office?
Mr. Wells said he didn't want any interruptions.
Well, tough. Mr. Wells, or may I call you Derek?
Derek's fine, Connie.
That is my computer.
I'm well aware.
And you're working on it because...
Putting together a list of staff you'll need to lay off. You know, before firing yourself.
Excuse me?
Crimson's done. So's the newspaper.
No, that is not what we discussed, Miss Derek. You told me to bring up circulation. I promised you that I would do that.
With what? Tracy Quartermain's big surprise takeover at ALQ? It's not a story if it doesn't happen.
It will. Turns out Tracy may not be finished yet.
Really? How?
Kiki and Michael, you were serious?
Yes, Dad. Kiki and Michael, they're attracted to each other, but they can't get together because of the cousin thing.
The cousin thing is done.
Yeah.
Okay, look at me. Why do you want to be with someone who's hung up on your brother?
Because.
Because why?
Because I love her, Dad. And I can't stand the thought of losing her, especially not to Mikey.
So that's why you want Kiki to marry? Because you want to close the deal before she finds out that she and Michael aren't related?
Can you just promise me that you're not going to say anything? That's all.
Can't do it.
Well, where's Tracy Quartermain gonna get these magic votes? Without the new heir on her side. What's her name?
Kiki.
Yeah. And that wrestling housekeeper woman, she's toast.
Maybe the vote was inaccurate.
Or maybe you're just trying to snow me. Story's over. So are you. And you.
Wait, I'm sorry. You're gonna fire a pregnant woman?
Yep.
Okay, Derek, listen to me. This ELQ thing is a developing story. I don't have any details yet, but I will get them. I promise you. This is a big story, really big. Heads are gonna explode at ELQ.
Fine.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, I'd like you to leave in the very likely event this place is shut down. I'd prefer to be prepared.
This is my office.
Go.
Fine.
He's fun.
Please tell me he wasn't right. Tell me you have some huge bombshell that's gonna blow up the Quartermains.
I trusted you with this, Dad. And you're going to rat me out? What the hell is that?
You're my son.
Yeah, all the more reason for you to back me up on this.
I love you too much to see you, marrying for the wrong reasons.
So when is love the wrong reason?
It smells like desperation to me.
Wow. Thanks.
You ever been in love before?
No, I haven't, but it doesn't mean that this isn't real, Dad.
Okay, forget about that. What about Kiki?
What about her?
You think she has a right to know who her father really is?
What, like Michael had the right to know who AJ was when he was growing up? Because if it was up to you, if you had it your way, they would never speak.
Yeah, that's true. Because I believed, and I still believe, that I was a better father to Michael than AJ ever could.
Yes, you were a great dad to Michael.
You think Franco would be the same?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does matter. Because this girl's living under the same roof.
Yeah,
so are you, for
So
that
stop
matter.
making the conversation about Franco,
What do you want to make it about?
Me and Kiki, because I asked her to marry me and she said yes. So can't you just leave it at that?
No. Because of your brother. Because if Michael likes her as much as you say he does, he has a right to know that she's not his cousin.
I should have known this. It always comes back to Michael, doesn't it? What he deserves or what's the best for him. What are you gonna give a damn about me?
I give a-
No, you don't give a damn about me.
The reason we're having this conversation is because I give a damn.
You want me to tell Michael so he'll be happy because of the long, hard life that he's lived. You think he deserves her more than I do.
That's not what I'm saying at all. Michael deserves a fair fight, and you know that.
What are you talking about? Nothing's ever fair in this family.
The only reason he's not gonna be with this girl is because he thinks they're related.
That's the only reason? What about the fact that she's my fiance, Dad? That I love her. Oh, yeah, and that I was with her first. Michael's kissed her behind my back now more than once, and everyone wants to bend over backwards for him? That's why I was sent away, wasn't it?
What are you talking about?
So that precious Michael could have some more attention.
No, your mother sent you away because we wanted you to be safe, and Michael was going to prison.
Yeah, well, Michael grew up around family. Okay, I grew up in a dorm. I spent vacations, holidays with other people's families,
That was your
Dad.
choice, though.
Yeah, you know why I made that choice? Because I didn't feel welcome here.
That's crazy.
I was never a part of this Corinthos clan. Michael's always been the heart and soul. You look at him and you see an adult that you can trust.
And that's wrong.
You look at me and you see a kid.
No, I see my son.
No, you see a screw up that doesn't see the difference between a crush and true love.
You're wrong.
Michael always gets what he wants. He always does. He's not even your flesh and blood, and you always put him
Flesh and blood doesn't matter to me! And it shouldn't matter to you either.
I'm sorry, Dad. I'm mad. And I don't know where that came from.
I know why. I know where it came from, because you're angry and you're hurt. But you gotta understand something, okay? You're my son. I love all my children equally. Dante, Michael, you, Christina. Not one is more important than the other.
Then just prove it, Dad. Just put me first, please. For once. And let me marry Kiki.
No, I'm not bluffing. I do have something major at ELQ.
Oh, why didn't you tell Mr. Wells?
Yeah, even if it's developing, it's still a scoop.
It's a little more complicated than that.
It
Lulu.
seems pretty simple to me. You give him the goods, we keep our jobs. You don't, we're on unemployment. And I've been there, done that. It's not
Okay,
fun.
I'm very aware of what's at stake here, Maxie, but not just for us, all right? This situation could affect people that I love.
You love someone at ELQ?
I said it was complicated, so just please back off because I just need a little time to think about this.
Okay, well,
Figure
don't
out-
take too long. This guy doesn't strike me as a well of patience.
I'll be in touch, Maxie.
What do you think he's doing in there?
I don't know, but there is something unsettling, borderline scary about this guy.
Right?
Yeah, let's get out of here before he pulls the boss card again and starts ordering you around.
Well, it is getting late and our ice cream melted.
Sunday from Kelly's?
2 spoons?
Would I have it any other way?
So what do you think Connie's big scoop is?
I'm just glad that I'm not a quarter main.
I know, I feel sad for them, but selfishly, I hope Connie can deliver some big news.
You know that I don't love you any less than I love Michael. But you were putting me in a real tough spot.
I know, Dad. I'm sorry. I probably should have just kept my mouth shut.
No, I'm glad that you can confide in me.
Well, it would just mean a lot to me if you would honor this, you know? Like, just let me have this. Let me have Kiki. I'm not going to disappoint you.
That's not what I'm worried about.
Then what are you worried about? That I'm making a mistake? Because I disagree. I think that I'm going to be a terrific husband.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And Kiki, she's going to forget about Michael. She's going to love me. She will. I know this. But you got to give me that chance. And if you do, Dad, I'm not going to ask you for anything. Ever again. Nothing.
All right, if this is gonna, if this is gonna be the thing that shows you how much I love you and that you mean as much to me as Michael, I will keep the secret. You can go ahead and marry this girl,
Kiki.
but you better know what you're doing.
I do. Okay? And you'll see that. Promise. Come here. Thank you, Dad. Seriously. I love you.
I love you too, son.
I'm here. Yeah, it's me. In Port Charles.
Hey.
Hey. Did you talk to Morgan?
Yeah.
The wedding's off.
My son's getting married.
You gave him your blessing?
Kiki is gonna be my daughter-in-law.
Even though he.
What?
Even though Carly's gonna flip when she finds
Yeah,
out?
she's not gonna be happy. But you know what? I gotta do what I gotta do because he loves her. He wants to marry her, and he's my son. I can't take that away from him. You okay?
Yeah. Why?
Well, because I made you your favorite white Primavera omelet, and it looks to me like you haven't touched it.
I'm sorry. I'm really worried about my magazine.
Hey, it's me again. Yes, I'm still in Port Charles. Where else would I be? Relax. Nobody knows what we're really up to here.
I'm gonna shut down Crimson if I don't bring up PC Press's sales by the end of the week.
Well, yeah, but you know what? You got that taken care of, right? Because you landed a big scoop at EOQ.
Yeah. About that did not go as expected. The story was supposed to be about Tracy unseating AJ. Turns out she didn't get enough votes.
I'm sorry about that.
Me too. I have to save the press in order to save Crimson, and I have spent so much time, Sonny, getting this magazine situated, keeping it afloat,
Okay,
and
I know.
he thinks he can just
Listen,
come in
listen,
here.
Listen to me. I know how important Crimson is to you, but it just would have been great to read your blow-by-blow account of AJ downfall.
I know. Would have been the perfect solution all the way around.
I got 100% confidence that you will find another story in time. Michael's a quartermain. Kiki's a quartermain.
No. Kiki's not a quartermain.
Actually, I already did.
Everything's going according to plan. You worry far too much. No one will see us coming. Let me call you back. What the hell were you just doing?
About?
You were listening in on my phone conversation.
No, I wasn't.
Then what were you doing in my office just now?
I was just trying to bring you a cup of coffee. It's a standard part of my duties. In fact, I do it every morning. Connie takes a non-fat latte with an extra shot, but since I don't know your taste, I just brought you a simple cup of coffee. And then I realized you're on the phone and you're new, and I don't know if I'm even allowed to be in your office when you're on the phone. So I decided to wait outside, which clearly was the right choice.
I know you were listening in on my phone call.
No, I wasn't.
Don't lie to me, Missy.
Hey! Get your damn hands off of her. You okay? Huh? Did this smoke hurt you?
No, I'm fine. Everything's okay.
See? Everything's okay.
Shut up. I'm just curious. You put your hands on all women or just the pregnant ones? Huh? Who the hell do you think you are?
Derek Wells, the mook who's gonna put your little friend Maxie here out of a job if she's not careful.
No. Connie Falconeri is Maxie's boss, and Connie Falconeri is the only one that can fire Maxie.
Oh, boy. You see, I own the company, which means I own the newspaper and the magazine. As such, I can fire anybody and everybody I want, including Connie Falconeri and Maxie here.
Oh, big man. Is that supposed to impress me?
Why don't you just tell me who the hell you are and what the hell you're doing here?
I'm the grandmother of that baby that Maxie is carrying. I'm here to take her to a doctor's appointment, but let's just get real clear about one thing.
What's that?
If I ever catch you putting your hands on Maxie again, you will regret it.
Is that a threat?
No, I'm flirting. Yeah, it's a threat. You mess with Maxie, you mess with me.
I'll make you a deal then. You tell Maxie here to not listen in on other people's phone conversations, and then nobody will mess with nobody. Capiche?
You want to tell me what that was all about?
As it turns out, there is a story at ELQ, a very big one.
Other than Tracy trying to get AJ voted out?
No, it involves a vote, and if what I've discovered is revealed, AJ, most likely, is out.
AJ rigged the vote?
No. In fact, I don't even think he knew it was happening. Ironically, the person who most likely staged this fraud was on the losing side. But anyway, someone who supported AJ had no right to their voting shares.
Corporate fraud in the boardroom of the leading company of Port Charles. That's exactly what you need.
I agree.
Why did you tell me you didn't find a story at ALQ?
I didn't. I found it here.
What do you mean you found it here?
Well, last night I accidentally overheard Morgan telling you that Kiki is not a Quartermain.
This jerk Derek is gonna shut down Crimson if Connie doesn't boost circulation of the Port Charles Press.
Yep, in a week.
But that's ridiculous. I'm not even in publishing. I know it doesn't work like that. A newspaper is like an ocean liner. It's not exactly nimble. You don't just turn it around in a week.
I know. Connie's even going after a story herself.
Well, does she at least have a story?
She said she has a lead on something big going down at ELQ.
Well, the Quartermains fighting with each other, that's not exactly a story. I hope my cousin's got something better than that.
Whatever it is, Connie thinks it's going to be huge.
If I know Connie, I would say she is bluffing.
See, that's what I thought at first, too, but then Connie started acting all weird about it. She said it was going to affect the people that she loves.
Well, we all know what Connie loves best. Sonny.
Promise I was not eavesdropping. I was literally walking in the room when I heard Morgan tell you about Kiki. And then I realized if Kiki's not a Quartermain, she's not entitled to any of the shares that Edward left his descendants. As such, she should not have been voting at that meeting.
And she sided with AJ.
She did, but regardless of who she voted for, her being there at all constitutes fraud. Granted, it was inadvertent on her part, but it doesn't change the fact that someone is perpetrating a lie about the identity of that girl. They're even lying about it to her.
That seems to be the case.
Yes. Sonny, this is front page news. If I lead with this story, I will save the paper and I will save my magazine.
Except you're not going to print that story. Nobody can know about Kiki.
You're
Miss Morgan, I wouldn't tell a soul that Kiki isn't a Quartermain.
Are you kidding me? Don't you think that she deserves to know the truth about who she is? It's one thing that her mom's lying to her, but you and Morgan, this is really terrible,
That's what
Sonny.
Morgan needs.
Why does he need this to be a secret?
Because it's important to him.
Well, I don't get that. What? Is he marrying her for money?
No,
Is that it?
He would not. Morgan would never do that.
Well, how do you know that? You also didn't think he would rack up a $50,000 gambling debt. Maybe he's marrying her so he can get the money to pay you back.
No, that's not it.
Well, then what is it, Sonny? This is ridiculous.
It's because he's afraid he's gonna lose Kiki to Michael.
Michael?
Yes.
Oh, so Michael and Kiki have feelings for each other.
Look, I don't know what Michael's thinking, but there's some kind of connection between them. Morgan has noticed it. It's killing him, and he feels that the only thing keeping Kiki and Michael apart is that they're related.
So you're willing to sacrifice one son's happiness for the other?
First, like this at all, but you don't know what my boy's going through. He's got it in his head that Carly and I love Michael more than him.
Sonny, that's ridiculous.
I told him that I love my kids equally, but you should have heard him. He believed it. You know why? Because Carly sent him away.
Yes, because Michael was shot in the head and comatose for a year. Because Michael was sent to prison for manslaughter. Morgan has to understand that Carly was doing this to keep him safe.
I tried to explain all that to him, but you can't, fact doesn't change emotion. And he feels that he doesn't really matter. And I start thinking like maybe I failed my son in some way, that I didn't show him the love that I show Michael. And if this is my way to make him feel important, then I'm gonna do it.
Sonny, there has to be another way. If Kiki loves Michael, Morgan has to let her go. He's not gonna live a happy life knowing that she married him because you and he are lying to her.
I don't know if Kiki's gonna make him happy, but I tell you what I do know. That he needs to know that I will move heaven and earth for him. And if this is the way I have to do it, this is what I'm gonna do.
So starting a marriage with a lie, that's the best way that you can think
I don't
of.
see any other way out.
Sonny, the way out is to tell Kiki the truth and let her make up her own mind. The worst case scenario is that she leaves Morgan and his heart is broken. And you and Carly can help him through that, thereby proving your love for him. He's got to grow up sometime, Sonny.
I can't cause my son any more pain.
You can't cause him any more pain because he's already in pain. He's in pain because he knows that Kiki loves Michael. And Michael's in pain because he thinks he can't be with Kiki. And let's not forget me, Sonny. I'm hurting through this. This story is my one shot at saving Crimson.
You don't think I know that? You don't think I hate that you're in the
Then
middle of this?
please do not ask me to keep this a secret.
I have to, because I gotta do I have to do this for me and for Morgan. If this is my only shot to prove to my son that I love him, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. I don't agree with this, but I love you. And I understand.
Hey, don't.
Well, let's see. I have to the end of the week to come up with a story, so I gotta go to the office.
Hey, listen, come here. I'm sorry.
I know. You wish me luck.
You don't need your luck.
I'm sure the girl didn't hear anything. You really think I wouldn't see it all over her face if she knew the truth? Looks like I have to call you back. Again. Connie, didn't expect you back so soon. So, where's this big story you promised me?
I'm very sorry, Mr. Wells. Turns out I was wrong. There is no big story at ELQ at all.
Oh, that's a shame. I was counting on you, and so were your employees. Looks like Port Charles is down both a newspaper and a fashion mag. And you are out of a job.
Well, congratulations and welcome to the family, Kiki.
Thank you.
That's me. I gotta go. Duty calls. I'll see you guys later.
See you. It's nice of Dante to congratulate us like that, huh? It's too bad not everyone can be bothered to do the same.
I don't want to take you away from your brothers.
No, are you kidding me? It's not every day the commissioner buys your breakfast. What's on the agenda?
Your father.
Port Charles Press.
On point of fact, I can. You see, both publications are subsidiaries of my company. Failing subsidiaries, I might add. Perhaps thanks to your on-again, off-again stewardship over the last 2
I
years?
was ill.
Tell HR. At your exit interview, after you packed up your stuff and before vacating the premises.
No, that's just a rumor. Oh, please, just don't take action yet.
You're still here?
Let me call you right back.
Why is my briefcase in the box that's supposed to be for your things?
This is my office. We can find you another place to work around town, but you're not using this one.
Do I need to call security?
Oh, please do, Mr. Wells. You may own Crimson and what's left of the Port Charles Press, but I co-own this building, which means security works for me. So if you want to throw your weight around, you can do it outside.
Look, I appreciate the commitment to your job here.
I have a greater commitment to the men and women that I employ at Crimson, and all of those hundreds of people are going to lose their jobs if you take away these publications. Do you understand that?
And my investors stand to lose millions if I don't. Put yourself in my shoes.
No, thank you. I'm fine where I am, and I'm not going anywhere.
Everything changed when an 11th-hour act of treachery dealt a fatal blow to the elder Quartermain coup. And a dramatic betrayal befitting her pro-wrestling alter ego, Alice Gunderson, also known as the Dominator, tagged out to team up with the current CEO, A.J. Quartermain, delivering a devastating diving clothesline to the fortunes of the Quartermain matriarch. Well, that is one meeting that I'm sorry that I missed.
Are you looking for AJ? I think he's off somewhere, celebrating.
Oh, well, I thought you'd been keeping tabs on him, kind of trying to get in AJ's good graces. Now that your partnership with Tracy's gone belly up. Such a shame. A shrewd plan, and it all went unrewarded.
And you came all the way out here to offer your condolences?
You should have bothered to garner Kiki's shares, as you did Franco's.
What's Sonny done now?
So I just had a meeting with our esteemed leader, Mayor Lomax. She wants us to close the case on your mother's shooting. And she offered up her opinion. That Sonny's to blame.
Guess you explained to her that the evidence doesn't really back her theory?
In the mayor's world, the lack of evidence is incidental, really.
Yeah. So she wants us to base our case on her hostility towards my father.
And yet, it would be quite a coup for the police department and the mayor to put away the untouchable Sonny, finally.
I've gone through this 100 times, 100 different ways, every possible scenario.
I know, I get it, really. But there was a point when you thought your father was to blame.
Yeah, there was. But he swore on the lives of his kids that he wasn't involved in this, and after a lot of thinking, I'm inclined to believe him. I don't think Sonny went after Franco that night. I think Carly did.
Your behavior just stopped being cute.
I'm not trying to be cute, Derek.
Mr. Wells.
You told me already I could call you Derek.
No, that was around the time you assured me you could return the press to solvency, and such has not been the case.
We had an agreement.
I said saving your publications required content that bumps your paper's circulation.
You also said I had to the end of the week to deliver, so you can give me what I'm owed.
Or
I'm going to introduce you to someone who knows a little something about collecting debts.
Kiki. Okay, let's go through this again. Lulu sees Carly and Sonny at the hospital together the day after the shooting. Sonny's furious, maybe even threatening. Maybe he thinks Carly is responsible.
So your theory is that Carly used Sonny's name to order an execution, but without his say-so.
But she would never get away with that. But they both want Franco dead. It's personal for both of them, so one suggested to the other. Either way, together they put this hit in motion.
But you just said you're convinced your father's innocent.
Because I think he called it off.
And Carly just decided to make the whole thing happen anyway, with Sean's help?
But Sean would never knowingly go against Sonny.
Unless she manipulated him.
That, and him thinking that he shot my mother, is why he almost confessed to us.
Which he pulled back from as soon as he heard that the ballistics report showed that the bullet that hit your mother was fired from another rifle.
Which brings us right back to our dead end.
Second shooter.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lavery. Why are you here?
I work very closely with AJ. I am frequently in this house.
And are you always so polite to the people that actually live here?
You know, you seem a little out of sorts. You know, you only have yourself to blame for your defeat. I'm sure Kiki was not thrilled to be coerced into corporate warfare while her poor father was on the operating table with his life in the hands of a surgeon. Now there's a lesson. Nothing trumps brain surgery.
Kiki's choice was her own. I didn't tell my daughter how to vote.
I'm sure you'll regret that now. And since you and Tracy lost, your ambition to get a foothold in the ELQ has been revealed.
You make it sound like I'm up to something unholy. I saw a chance to enrich my life, and I took it. Can a former mafia don really stand in judgment over me partnering with Tracy Quartermain?
Please. I know who your true partners are.
I've had all I can stand of your delusions. You really should seek some...
Delusions? I know more about you than you think.
And here I thought you were an English gentleman.
You bite your tongue. I'm a Scot, and I'm no gentleman.
Remove your hand, and you'll find out I'm no lady.
I've already gathered that much.
And what else do you think you know about me?
I made inquiries into the gallery that you have in New York.
This is New York. Mr. Lavery, we're in New York right now. Oh, you mean New York City. Why didn't you say so?
Should we spend time on the geography so that you can avoid discussing the gallery?
Why would I do that?
I made inquiries.
Yes, so you said.
Your gallery sprang up out of nowhere. No paper trail, no mortgage, no bank loan, nothing.
I have a partner.
There was no mention of the partner in the paperwork.
This partner is silent. Are you satisfied? There's no crime in having an investor, silent or otherwise.
Not unless the said investor is a criminal.
First there was breaking news at ELQ, then there wasn't, now there is again.
Something went on at that vote.
Certainly did. Tracy Quartermain was made a fool.
Something else. It's gonna blow the roof off ELQ.
You know, I can see why you lasted as long as you did at Fashion Publishing. You have a gift for making something insignificant like a hemline or a ruffle sound earth-shattering, but I know a bluff when I see one.
It's not a bluff, Derek.
Prove it. The something that could blow the roof off of ELQ is what exactly?
I cannot divulge.
Like I said, bluff.
No, it's real.
Do you have any proof of these allegations?
Morgan, why are you making me pull this out of you? If Kiki didn't tell you that Franco's not her father, who did?
A reliable source.
Do not tell me it was Franco. Was it that freak who's pulling stunts on everybody? Because that's the opposite of reliable.
No, Dad, Franco doesn't even know. Kate, I found out from Ava, Kiki's mom.
You know where I can get it?
Fine. Get it and run the story.
No, that's not that simple, see?
Well, it is from where I'm standing.
Look, I want to run the story, Derek. But I learned it via a confidence that I promised I would not break.
It's up to you. Crimson and the Port Charles Press goes the way of the rest of the print media, unless you're willing to break your promise.
So we know there was a second shooter because we have the bullet that shot your mother in evidence. What we don't have is a trace of the shooter's identity. And the list is long. You know, Franco doesn't lack for enemies.
Half this town wants him dead.
Yeah, but who of those haters has the means to pull off an assassination attempt? You know, whoever wanted Franco dead took his or her time. They staked out a nice position, used a high-powered rifle. That's not an amateur, that's professional.
It does have all the markings of a mob hit.
For a so-called reformed gangster, you're certainly free with the slanderous accusations. Although I have to wonder if you aren't projecting a little residual guilt.
For what?
Well, you can't identify my partner, yet you're so certain that this person is a criminal.
Oh, you give me a name and then we'll remove all doubt.
I don't answer to you.
Which begs the question. Why the secrecy?
It isn't secrecy. It's privacy. My business dealings have nothing to do with you.
All right. If you won't fill in the blanks, allow me to offer an explanation. Your financier, he or she, wants to avoid scrutiny, probably because he or she has something to hide. A criminal past? Or maybe a criminal present?
I'm an art dealer, Mr. Lavery, not a felon. Why would I involve myself with anyone criminal?
Because you have no choice. Because you were born into it. You and every other member of the Jerome family.
I know your father is a potential donor.
Hey,
I don't
no,
know.
No.
I don't know where
You
it
just said
is.
yourself that there is a marrow match out there
Which
somewhere.
is why I'm not going to stop looking.
Okay, so you are going to help me look for my father.
Do you have any idea how I started?
I don't know. I mean, all we have to go on is Molly's seance. Are you sure you don't know anyone that begins with the letter J? Oh, it sounds ridiculous. I know it sounds ridiculous. I'm grasping at straws here.
Well, I'm willing to humor the spirits. In the meantime, I'm gonna hire a private investigator to start the search. And while we're doing that, we gotta focus on Rafe's suggestion.
Okay, so that means we use online registries.
We get the word out. We start a donor drive everywhere in Port Charles,
And-
upstate, and beyond.
Okay, and hopefully we'll find a lead.
Not hopefully, we will. We'll do it. There is a donor out there for Danny. Somewhere.
Let's just agree that the person who shot your mother is a professional sniper, okay? Maybe a victim of Franco hired a hitman to exact revenge. Or there's a contract out on Franco. Or the shooter has a personal vendetta against him.
Yeah, I put the word out with my CIs. I got nothing.
Then it must be an out-of-towner. Or a recent arrival.
How many other poor, unsuspecting Jeromes have suffered the same paranoid grilling you're subjecting me to?
You happen to be the first.
Simply because I share a last name with your former enemies.
You share more than that.
This is some obsession you've got. Although I probably shouldn't be surprised. All those years locked up abroad, that would drive anyone half mad.
I see you've done quite a study on me.
Can you blame me? After all you've done to investigate me. Just because you don't like my surname.
Some very dangerous people have the surname Jerome.
And as I've explained to you, I'm not one of them.
Why should I trust you?
Mr. Lavery, if I'd been separated from my family as long as you were separated from yours, I would spend my precious minutes tending to them, not chasing after some boogeyman from my past.
These boogeymen wreaked havoc on this town, on my friends, on me, on my wife Anna. The Jeromes murdered our unborn child. And I am not going to stand by and watch them visit their unique form of pain on any other person.
I am truly very sorry for your loss. But you are wasting your energy on me. I am not the enemy you want me to be. I suggest you exercise your demons and leave me the hell alone.
I'm not sure I can do what you want.
Makes no difference to me. If you don't have the stomach to run this explosive story, whatever it may be, you better have the stomach to hand out pink slips.
Oh, no. You are going to be the one firing people, so you and your representatives will be handing out those pink slips.
Semantics.
Words are all I have. Mr. Wells, I work in publishing, and in this case, it makes a very big difference. Because you are the one making unreasonable demands.
Well, it's not unreasonable to expect an investment to turn a profit. So, it's your story. Print it or not. You have until the paper goes to press tomorrow. I wouldn't dawdle. Hey, it's me. I think you should come by the office. No, I got rid of her. There'll be no interruptions. I think it's time we spoke in person.
Hello? Come on, Michael, there has to be some way you can fix this.
Thanks, but it's one of those situations that has no solution. Yeah, just have to accept it and move on.
I could help you, Michael. But I'd have to break my promise to Sonny to do it.
I will keep digging.
Yes, please. And keep me posted, all right?
I will.
Thank you.
Hey, Duke.
Hey, Dante.
Wait.
Hi, you.
Hello. How was your meeting with the mayor?
I think she would prefer it if Mac was in charge again. If I don't find Olivia's shooter, I'm going to be looking for another job.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, my morning didn't go any better.
Trouble at ELQ?
Have you eaten yet? I'm absolutely starving. I could eat
I'm
that.
not. You're avoiding. What's wrong?
I wasn't going to say anything. I didn't see the point because I don't have any evidence, and it's also a subject that we both carry such sad memories from.
What subject?
The Jeromes. Or what's left of them.
Go on.
Well, I've been delving into Ava Jerome's business. She's not in business alone. She has a financier. She has a silent partner.
Oh. What do you know about this partner?
Next to nothing. I mean, I asked her for a name, but she wouldn't divulge anything.
Why? If she's got nothing to hide, why?
Well, I mean, and it could be on the level. It could be that her partner was to protect his or her privacy. I mean, honestly, it could mean nothing.
Well, I don't want to take that chance. I want to know if Ava Jerome is connected to those people who terrorized us and killed our unborn child. I want to know. And I want to deal with her. Myself.
Believe me, I understand. But in my gut, I feel that Ava's silent partner is a Jerome, despite the fact that Victor and all of his children are supposedly dead.
That was fast.
I'm sorry for losing it like that. It's not gonna happen again.
No apology needed. Now, we're gonna get down to the business of finding Danny's donor, whoever it is. We might as well start by calling up names in the phone book.
Oh, we could start with the letter J.
Hello, Ava.
Hello, Julian. You look good for a dead man. Come, give your baby sister a hug.
I know we haven't seen each other in a while, but we're still friends.
Are we?
Of course. I had your back when AJ stole EOQ out from under you, remember?
How could I ever forget my ham-handed, incompetent nephew making off with my father's company? All that was supposed to change yesterday. However, I did not have enough votes, thanks to my backstabbing behemoth maid, Alice.
Well, she might not be the only one who's stabbing you in the back.
Really? And who else is working against me?
Your partner, Ava Jerome.
Reports of my passing were greatly exaggerated. However, death is not all that it's cracked up to be.
Oh, here it comes. The classic Julian Jerome, woe is me speech.
I never complained that much.
Oh, please. Even Daddy used to talk about your whining.
Yes, well, Victor's dead, thanks to his beloved Lucy Coe.
I am really so sorry for what little Danny is going through. And I know it must give both of you a lot of worry, a lot of stress. And I think Kevin could help you with all that because there's nobody better at that. It's just that right now he has a meeting to go to, but you could fit him in, schedule him in tomorrow, right? You could fit him in tomorrow.
Danny's life depends on this.
Please, Kevin, we're desperate. We have to talk to you right now.
Please.
I really can't refuse.
Nope, you really can't.
I'm sorry.
I know, it's okay, really, really.
Well, good luck with Laura and getting the money you need.
Okay.
Well, how can I possibly contribute to saving Danny's life?
You can help us figure out who Sam's father is. You're finally happy again, Julian. I'm happy to see that.
Of course I'm happy. As far as everyone knows, including the Port Charles authorities, the Jerome crime family is long dead and gone.
Try selling that to Duke Lavery.
Is there any way you can find out who Ava's silent partner is?
I don't know. The Falconeri case is still unsolved, and Mayor Lomax is breathing down my neck. She is watching my department like a hawk. So without probable cause, I can't really investigate Ava. Not through legal channels, anyway.
What about illegal channels?
Ava didn't stab me in the back. She did fail to deliver Kiki's vote, and I definitely needed her daughter's 5%.
And I know how to make Kiki shares go away.
How?
How? Ava's been lying to you. Kiki's not a Quartermain.
No. If only that were true. You see, Kiki's father is Franco, my unfortunate nephew, making Kiki my great niece.
Franco is not Kiki's father, and Ava knows it.
You have no idea what it's been like. As if I weren't dealing with enough already.
Well, look who's whining now.
I spent the past hour playing cat and mouse with that stubborn Scot, swearing I never knew you.
I told you to change your name.
Like you did. Derek Wells.
Yes, well, Julian Jerome had a target on his back. Derek Wells is a law-abiding, successful businessman.
With a secret agenda.
As tempting as it is to use illegal methods, I'm police commissioner. There has to be a legal way to find out if Ava is involved with the Jeromes.
I'm not suggesting that we break the law. I'm suggesting that we talk to somebody who does break the law.
Are you sure that Kiki's not a Quartermain?
Changes things, doesn't it?
Changes things. It turns everything around. If Kiki's not a member of my family, her 5% immediately vanishes from AJ's tally, and we're tied.
And you go back to where you started, with a deadlock.
No, I can still unseat Humpty Dumpty. All I have to do is win over the person that has the one share that can break the tie.
Who these guys are working for, and then we'll do what has to be done.
You got it.
Oh, good evening, Sonny. We need to talk to you.
Good evening, Commissioner.
Sean?
Good night.
And what do I owe the pleasure of a visit from the police commissioner and him?
Duke Lavery.
Yeah, I know who you are. I just want to know what you're doing here.
We need to speak to you about the Jerome crime family.
Let's put aside my agenda and talk about yours. What happened to your plan to hook up with Franco and steal ELQ?
The thing with Franco went south.
Those things with him usually do.
I threw in with Tracy.
And you couldn't even garner Kiki's shares? Told you to be tougher on my niece, but no, you wouldn't listen.
Please. What do you know about being a parent?
Okay, so Kevin, my father is the only relative who hasn't been tested as a possible bone marrow donor, and I don't know, he might even have kids out there who can be tested. But since Danny's chemo failed, he's really our only hope.
But I only knew him for that one night when he picked me up in the bar. I don't know his name. I don't know if he even told me his name.
Look, dealing with a sick child is incredibly stressful. All you want to do is make them feel better, but you feel helpless. It's natural to feel guilty. So if you'd like to schedule some therapy...
Kevin, I don't want to talk about my feelings. I want to talk more about that night. Now, if he did tell me his name, is it possible that I've blocked it in there? It's locked in my subconscious somewhere? And if it is the case, then I want you to figure out a way to get it out of there and bring it to light.
Maybe I don't know anything about being a parent, but I do know that you let Kiki do pretty much anything she wanted, and now you are reaping what you sowed.
I was a single mother. I did the very best I could. It's not as if you ever lifted a finger to help me.
Well, don't be stupid. It would have been danger to us all. Damn it, Ava, I needed ELQ.
You wouldn't even have a foot in the door there if not for me. Now play nice. You need me, brother. I'm essential to your plan to take on Sonny Corinthos.
So the Jeromes ran the mob in Port Charles long before you were ever here. They were a constant threat. They terrorized many of us, especially Duke. They were after his blood in particular.
They also hurt Anna very deeply. We lost an unborn child because of the Jeromes.
Sorry to hear that.
So if you've heard anything at all that suggests the family is active again, we need to know.
We realize it's unlikely.
Not necessarily.
Proof about Jerry Jacks, Dr. von Schirmerman,
Schirmerman.
is that you are not the first person to ask about the $88 million. The WSB investigated it as well. So did the commissioner of your police department.
Slim.
Yes, she is. But they had no jurisdiction over this bank, and if I didn't divulge anything to her and her colleagues at the World Security Bureau, I'm certainly not going to divulge anything to you.
So that's it? That's all you'll give me?
Yes. Now, if you excuse me, I have work to do.
No, that is nothing.
It's done, Herr Doctor. Please go. I've had enough unpleasant visitors for one day.
Drop your weapon.
I don't think so. You drop yours or the boss lady drops dead.
Do whatever he says. Please.
Whatever you want.
Shut up! Okay. Now, let's get down to business.
Whatever the business is that you have here, I think it has nothing to do with me, so I will be going.
Don't move, or you are a dead man.
Connie, this could turn my life around. I could run ELQ again. Now you're telling me it's confidential? Why did you tell me in the first place?
I am in a bind. This information could turn my professional life around too. I run Crimson, and I help run the press. I love my job. But our parent company has a new owner, Derek Wells.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing, because he is threatening to shut down both of my publications if I don't find a big scoop. And this fake Quartermain with a swing vote could fit the bill.
So what's the problem, and why on earth is Sonny trying to block the story?
Because it's complicated. And this affects Michael. I feel terrible for him. His happiness is depending on this, too.
My happiness is at stake, too. AJ stole my father's company out from under me, and the only reason that it is still in his clutches is because of fraud.
I promised Sonny that I wouldn't...
I don't care what Sonny wants!
There was a power vacuum when Anthony Zaccaro was killed. A couple guys in prison, they approached Johnny and up to their elbows in shady operations, mainly online gambling. And it wound up affecting somebody in my family.
Morgan? Carly told me about that.
Yeah, it's over. I mean, Morgan's fine, you know, but while I was looking for him, a couple guys from the organization came to Port Charles to harass Connie and Olivia. Don't worry about it. I took care of them.
You did?
Yeah, I chased them out of town, you know. But I kept tabs on them, and it turns out that they reorganized and they're taking orders from somebody else.
That could be the Jeromes.
Well, it could be anybody. I don't know the Jeromes because it was before my time, but from what I hear, they were sloppy, you know, violent, and they brought unwanted scrutiny to themselves and anybody they did business with. Their reputation was unreliable and maybe a little crazy.
Crazy? Yeah, that would be an understatement.
If the Jeromes are still alive, if they're still active, then there's no telling what they'll do. They'll just put out a hit because they want to. But you know how you deal with people like that? You gotta shut them down.
You know, for someone who has never had dealings with them, that's a pretty accurate assessment. So maybe you can appreciate our concern.
Well, I gotta tell you, I'm concerned too, because my son's about to marry a Jerome. So if the Jerome family is back, I want to know about it as much as you do.
Remember the plan, Julian. For us to get control of Sonny's territory.
The territory that used to be mine.
Ours.
Yes, of course. It's just that I've been planning for years to take over everything that belongs to Corinthos.
Trust me. It's all going to be ours again. Look, I'm gonna do my best, honey, all right? If your dad's name isn't here, we're gonna find it. I love you. I love you too.
Thank you.
So, you have anything to go on with this man?
Sort of. It's a long story that involves Molly and Rafe. They seem to think that somebody contacted them from beyond and told them that Sam's dad's name starts with a J.
Jules, this is going to happen. We are going to get rid of Sonny. We're going to reclaim our territory and take back all the power the Jeromes used to hold in Port Charles.
We need LQ to do that.
Don't worry about ELQ. I have it under control.
Really? Because it doesn't look that way.
I think the only reason you told me about Kiki is because you want me to make the decision for you about going public. So I can pursue this alone, or you and I can team up and win back our enterprises together.
How many other people have teamed up with you and lived to regret it, Tracy?
You won't be one of them. Stand up to Sonny. Do what you know in your heart is right.
Mr. von Sherman, please, do what they say.
It's von Skamerman, and these yuckies are not gonna shoot anyone.
my God! You killed him! Yes! So hopefully now you understand that we mean business.
You want to know how much I've done for our cause? For starters, my oh so undisciplined daughter is marrying me son, Morgan.
That I wasn't expecting.
And it was our gambling ring, Julian, that brought the two of them together in the first place.
He and Morgan Corinthos are engaged?
Yeah. Because I convinced my wild child daughter to come to Port Charles and pursue the poor smitten boy. I've positioned your niece to become a part of the Corinthos family.
Well, that could be useful.
Useful? I've got Morgan wrapped around my little finger. He even owes me money. A lot of it. So you might want to think twice before you accuse me of screwing up. Daddy, God rest his soul, always said you worry too much.
And he always said you didn't worry enough.
I am going to get Ava for betraying me, no matter what you decide. So what's it going to be?
Crimson is my dream job, and if Derek Wells shuts it down... I promise Sonny, Tracy.
And do you trust that Sonny loves you enough to understand why you're doing it?
You're gonna get EOQ. I'm gonna save Crimson in the press. We have to get proof now that Kiki's not a Quartermain.
Okay, Ava and Franco have a bedroom upstairs.
Okay.
Third door on the left. Monica is at the hospital. AJ is out celebrating his big win. You start searching, and I am going to be back as soon as I can.
Where are you going?
I am going to lock up Lucy's 1%.
Enter your security code. The one that accesses all the accounts you oversee.
Don't do it.
Okay. Good girl. All right, now my friend here. Numbers is gonna work some magic. Make all that beautiful money go someplace better. Numbers can be shy, so in the interest of privacy, we're leaving.
What about Dr. von Sherman?
Looks like he's gone to a better place, too.
Well, that worked like a charm. Apart from the crack in my sternum from the rubber bullet. Thanks for the assist, English.
I'm speaking to you as Robin's mother, not as a cop. And I appreciate your candor. But as a cop, I have to warn you not to take matters into your own hands. If there is a new crime family coming to Port Charles, or an old one, let me handle it.
I do what I need to do to protect what's mine.
Looking forward to knocking Sonny off the top spot. Being dead can be boring. I haven't had a good fight in ages.
It's been a long time since I've seen your smile, Julian. It reminds me of when you were a much younger man.
I told him my name. He didn't tell me his name when we were sitting at the bar talking.
That's okay. It's okay, just keep going. happened then?
I had a lot to drink. And he said we should go outside and get some fresh air. And we did, but it was chilly, damp. And so we went into his car. He turned on the radio, and it was playing my favorite song. So I thought that was a sign, and he laughed. It wasn't a mean laugh. It was a laugh because he was having a good time, too. And we kissed. A lot. And the windows were getting all steamy. We didn't care. We kept kissing, and then we were fumbling for our clothes. Someone's knocking at the window. Someone's saying something. He's saying something.
Okay, focus on that voice. Let the song on the radio just fade away and focus in on the voice. What does he say?
He says,
Take it off. You hear me, Julian?
it was a J. His name is Julian.
Ava, you should go.
Julian.
I think it's important that we're not seen together for now.
Fine.